Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Rajiv Chopra from the Dusty Mic Chronicles. I have a blocked nose, a sore throat, and the beginnings of a change of season flu. So if I clear my nose or sniff or huff and puff, then you know what's happening and I crave your indulgence. I want to start with a conversation that I had with a young lady a few weeks back. She was probing my brains, asking me for recommendations on buying a camera. I asked her what her budget was and then recommended two cameras to her. Then she asked me a strange question. Will the camera make me a pro? The question was not, will the camera serve me well until I become good enough to become a pro? Now, this question may have been her intent, but I don't think it really was because she asked me a couple of times, will the camera make me a pro? Now, while I might sound a bit critical of this young lady, I am guilty of the same error, so let me confess or share a true story. Several years back, I decided to revive my photography skills, and when I was doing a course with an American photographer, I complained about my camera. The instructor very caustically reminded me that people like Ansel Adams, Minor White, Andre Cortez, and Edward Weston created absolute masterpieces using equipment that the majority of us would deem primitive. Indeed, when I show some people some of the vintage stuff that I have, they hold the camera, turn them around, looking for ways to peer through the viewfinder and take a photograph. And I can see their extreme discomfort when I ask them to hold the camera and simulate the actions of a photographer. These days, we count megapixels and have the luxury of instant feedback. I met another lady, and I seem to meet many young ladies these days, and she plunged in during a walk and kept taking photographs without pause. She seemed almost like a woman possessed. Her photograph had too many distractions, and while some of her photographs are fine, too many of the images were spoiled because of the untidy elements clouding the frame. When I asked her why this was so, she airily waved her hand and said she would remove the stuff with Photoshop. Easy peasy. So what's happened to the lost art of noticing? What happened to the art of walking around, observing, seeing, and making a careful composition? Now, it's true that a good camera will give you greater flexibility and will help you make better photographs. Apart from the fact that most modern cameras have a fantastic megapixel count, maybe too much, modern cameras have also improved their color management. They've also improved their noise handling. They have a wider dynamic range, etc., etc., etc. But the camera cannot make you a great photographer. Depending exclusively on Photoshop to rescue bad photos won't make you a better photographer. An expensive fountain pen does not make you a better writer. An object of desire for me is a Namiki pen, one that costs $10,000. Another one is a Sailor pen that costs $2,000. I can be writing with such expensive pens, and I can write with a cheap ball pen. The quality of my writing will not change. A camera can help, and so can Photoshop, but they are no substitute for putting in the hours, learning to see, understanding the intricacies of exposure, studying the art of composition, or deliberate learning. Many people assume that all you need to do in photography is to press the shutter button, and I really wish photography were that easy. Maybe in the future, photography will be that easy with the steady growth, or let's say the way that AI is intruding its way or creeping its way into photography via AI tools to clean up noise, to sharpen the image, and also allowing you to add in elements into a photograph. I really wonder if one day digital artists will replace photographers. And who knows? Maybe in the future, all you need to do is to speak out a command and you will get a beautifully edited photograph. So you won't even need a photographer or an editor. All you need is a great AI machine. Now, until such a scenario emerges and impinges itself upon our world, you will need photographers and editors. And until that day arrives, take the time to learn, practice, and improve your craft. Learn study your computer. Sorry, apologies. Study your camera. Understand how to use your computer. Understand how to use Photoshop, and realize that your camera, your computer, your pen are only tools. You must learn how to use them well. A camera alone will not make you a great photographer. Photoshop will not make you a great editor, and neither will a fancy fountain pen make you a great writer. You have to learn the craft. You have to put in the hours. And that sometimes means you need to slow down. So think about this. That's it for me this time. Rajiv Chopra from the Dusty Mike Chronicles signing off. And do send in a comment and shove in a like, spread the word, subscribe. See you next week. Ciao.